everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working on my wife's 2012 Dodge Durango. What we're going to be doing today is some painting, but before that, we got to do some prep. So we're going to be working on 3 spots. Number 1, this is all rusted right here. I just pressure washed it so it looks a lot better than it actually is. So what we're going to have to do, pull this light off, put the hatch up, and then we're going to clean with a wire wheel, do some sanding, some Bondo, and blend it in, and then we're going to have to etch primer it and then primer it. But after that, we're going to go to the front. So the hood, trashed, can't fix that. The bumper, I could fix. I do have a plastic welder and I could fix that. I actually started fixing this here. I ended up looking online and it's only like 60 some bucks for this whole bumper. So that's what I ended up buying, because I knew that I could fix it, but it would take a lot of time, and it's really not worth it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta buy the new stuff and start fresh, you know? Now here I have just a little wire wheel on my die grinder. It's a pretty aggressive wire wheel, but this is pretty rusty, so I want to make sure it gets it. Okay, now that we got this cleaned up, I'm going to take you guys over here and explain what we got going on next. So here we have our lightweight body filler, we have the hardener, a screwdriver to get this open, some tape to put on here, because you never want to mix just on cardboard. Some things will leak out of the lightweight body filler into the cardboard that need to be on the car. Then we have our mixer here, and to lay it down smooth, and some paper towels. So as we get to putting the body filler on this piece here, it's about a golf ball size puddle to about a 1/2 inch strip of hardener. Now to get ready for our second layer of body filler, super nice thing about putting tape on this cardboard too is start on your next coat, pull it off, and you're ready to go again. Okay, so I went and put the second coat on there, and then I got it sanded down again, pretty nice. And then this lip I got cleaned up a little bit, so it's nice and smooth now. But I'm gonna take some spray paint, some primer, and I'm gonna spray it on there so I can see what's high and what's low and see how it looks when it's shiny. So there, I threw some paint on there. You can see the color difference, mostly just because of the fact that I only put a light coat on it, but it lays pretty flat there. So now that we have it all prepped for etching primer, I am going to go ahead and throw some tape on it and some plastic and get it covered up. So this is the hardest part of probably the whole job, was finding where this tape line needed to be, because when you're painting this type of base coat onto this car, the difference between the old and the new is very noticeable unless you're super specific with where you put it. It needs to be right on the body line there, actually right above it, tiniest bit, because when you paint the clear coat, you will paint it lower than your base coat, so there's no line there. And my camera died, so you didn't get to see me tape up the hatch. But here I'm just using 800 grit. I had gone over underneath where the tape is right now with 1000 grit earlier, but I wanted to have this sanded with 800 grit so it would adhere better. Here you can see that I start something that you
probably never seen before, and neither have I. It's just something I thought of when I started doing this. So when you're painting on a body line like this, you need to use something to keep your paint from having a definitive line. Like it needs to be, like I use the term later on, like fuzzy, so it blends in better after it's all painted.
Before I unwrap anything else or get everything situated, I need to get this boat out of here so I don't get it covered in crap. Alright, something to pay attention to when you're painting plastic, especially bumpers. You need to find out if it is raw plastic or if it's been painted or sealed. I took a scuff pads here and there's black dust coming off. So that's already been primered. The other way you could do it is you could take reducer and you could rub it on here and that would bring up the black primer too. If it's raw plastic, you're gonna have to use adhesion promoter and then you're gonna have to sealer it, but that's not what we gotta do today. So let's get back to cleaning all this stuff and then get it ready for paint.
So as I started sanding this and I got this far, I realized that it just wasn't going to work without wet sanding it because the dust was getting clogged inside of the sandpaper. And what a lot of people don't realize about wet sanding is that the reason you add water while you're sanding is it actually cleans out the pad. It doesn't make it any less rough, it just helps the sandpaper last longer.
Well guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 where we will be painting the car and the hood and the bumper and putting it on. Make sure to go down there and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so it lets you know when I put new videos up.